Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going to show you how to set up Hermes agent with OpenRouter and Telegram so that you can control your own personal AI agent from your phone. Now, a lot of people, myself included, were disenfranchised with a poor OpenClaw experience. And I'm happy to report that after working with Hermes for about 15 hours, this experience has been far better. Today we'll build this out, we'll download Hermes, we'll get an OpenRouter API key, we'll get our Telegram bot set up, and we will get things rolling. Now, before we get rolling, I want to describe kind of why we're going to use Hermes in the first place, because if you don't understand the architecture, it's hard to see the value. And this is definitely more than just your own personal AI chatbot. It really can become an AI assistant that can write its own memory. It can grow with you. It learns about you and write things and makes its own skills. So I could really see this leading to things that are super cool in the future. Now, everyone, myself included, is using ChatGPT and Claude in the browser, asking it questions. It's giving us cool answers in natural language, which is cool. But again, Hermes is so much more than that. It's an agent runtime, which sounds buzzwordy, but it means that instead of just asking questions, it can actually do things for you. Again, it's got this memory that persists across sessions, not just chat history, but like a persistent memory that it writes based off of your interactions with it. It gets to know you better over time. It can use tools, it can call APIs, it can build its own skills. And instead of just saying, hey, here's how we would do this, it just goes and does stuff. It's really awesome. It can also do multi-step workflows where it calls a tool, does something, calls another tool, does something, and then realizes, hey, I just called 5 tools in a row. I should make this a skill for the future. Another cool thing is that it's always running. It's sitting there. It's waiting for your input. So again, we get from go answer this for me to go do this for me asynchronously while I'm sleeping. That's a cool place to be. And then, of course, the more things that you're comfortable integrating, whether it be its own email address, give it its own calendar, give it access to your calendar, the cooler amount of stuff that it can do. Okay, so what exactly are we building here? By the end of this video, you're going to have Hermes running locally on your machine, connected to OpenRouter, which is going to be your AI brain, and connected to Telegram, which is how you're actually going to talk to it. And we're going to lock it down so that only you can use it, because if you don't do that, you're basically exposing your agent to the world, which is not ideal. Now, a couple of important architectural notes. Hermes itself is not the AI. OpenRouter is going to be where our LLM comes from, whether that's GPT, Claude, whatever other model we set it up for. And I'll give you a couple of good models that are kind of cheap. That's going to be the brain of the operation. Hermes is everything around it. So the easy way to think about it is this OpenRouter as the brain. Hermes is the system that actually does things. Telegram is just going to be your interface with your agent. And then the gateway is this bridge between you and Telegram and Hermes. So the LLM decides what to do. Hermes executes it. It might be, call this tool, store this in memory, or do these 5 steps. And Hermes is the thing that actually goes and does those things. So let's get this set up. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go to this Hermes GitHub, and it's going to be this one by News Research. And please note, again, if you're going to be self-hosting Hermes, you're probably going to do it on your own computer. Maybe you'll do it on a VPS. I have one self-hosted on my Mac Mini so that it persists, and he has his own device, and he can live and grow with me, which is kind of cool. But for today, I'm just going to be doing this on an Azure VM that I spun up so that I can, deploy it again and show you guys what's going on. So we'll go to their GitHub, and we can see we have Hermes agent, the self-improving AI agent. And I'm going to actually scroll down to their documentation, and I'm going to click here on Quick Start. And this will take me to their actual docs. Okay, so we have install Hermes agent, run the one-line installer. Please note, this is meant for Linux and Unix. If you're on Windows, you're going to need Weasel. It's not actually pronounced that, it's WSL, but you're going to need Windows subsystem for Linux in order to do the Linux stuff. But yeah, I'm doing it on a Linux VM. So I'm going to copy this, paste it in. Okay, we have a Hermes agent installer. Okay, so here we've seen we can just let it rip, and we've got here where we can press enter to start. I'm gonna go ahead and press enter, and you will see the first thing it asks for is an API key. This is because it needs that brain that we were talking about in order to actually interact with an LLM and do things. So we're gonna go grab an OpenRouter API key. I'm gonna go here to OpenRouter, make an account, go ahead and click sign up. I already have an account, so I'm just going to sign in. Okay, and once you've signed up and signed in, you're gonna go ahead and click get API key. Now, in order to have an API key to be able to interact with these LLMs, you do have to pay money. We're going to pay money by request, but you're going to go here and add credits. In order to get an API key, you can go ahead and just create. And, when you go through this, you can name it, Hermes key or whatever you want to. Credit limit, basically, how much do you want to be able to spend on this? I started out and just put like 10, just because I was practicing, getting ready. And we can reset this limit, all of that stuff, and then we can just create our key. And we'll go ahead and copy that. We will enter on OpenRouter, and it's going to ask for this key, and we'll go ahead and just put it in there. And it says OpenRouter keep API key saved. And for our default model, we're actually going to do a custom model Our default model, might be something like Anthropic, Claude Opus 4.6, but a lot of these are super duper expensive. I'm going to do OpenRouter Auto. Okay, now what OpenRouter Auto does is that it automatically routes your API requests to different models based off of kind of the type of request that it has. I guess I should explain what OpenRouter is. OpenRouter is basically just a centralized place where you can choose a bunch of different models for this to be able to interact with instead of just having an API key for one model. It's like a marketplace for LLMs. It's really cool. Now, a quick note on cost, because I was completely unaware of how this works. If you're just messing around with this, like very light usage, you might be looking at a few bucks to maybe $20. If you're using it every day and you're using expensive models like Opus 4.6, you may be looking at more, 10, 50, 200. Easy if you're going crazy with it, lots of tools, crazy prompts, multi-agent dev workflows with Opus 4.6, this can definitely go up pretty quickly. So again, what I would do is just set yourself a limit and just start small and just kind of work up from there. Okay, so we've pasted our API key in, and we already set that custom model to be OpenRouter/auto. Now we're going to go here on OpenRouter and we're going to click on routing. Okay, this is our auto router. It just automatically routes to different models, but you get to choose different models that it gets to automatically route to. Here's my recommendation. Start with these three. These are cheap, capable models where if you start with just these three, you're probably not going to run out of credits anytime soon. At first, I didn't know anything about this, and I had like the Opuses, the Sonnets, the Haikus, which are amazing models and could do cool stuff, but they cost a lot of money. And you'll see that my bill was run up like $16, mostly on Claude Opus, only 10 requests. And it was really, really, really expensive. So I didn't like that. So yeah, what I would do is I would go to routing and I would put these three models: Google Gemini 2.5 Flash, OpenAI GPT-5 Nano, and then Moonshot AI Kimi K 2.5. These are going to be the only three models that OpenRouter routes to, and it's going to save you a ton of money. So it's really good. Now back to our configuration. We're actually going to skip through many of these for now. I'm just going to keep the Edge TTS. We can set this stuff up later as you learn more about Hermes and as you kind of like figure out stuff that you want to do. Terminal backend, I'm doing local because again, I have my own Mac Mini for it. If you wanted to do Docker or Daytona, that stuff's a little bit more set up. So for now, I'm just going to do local. Max iterations, higher iterations is going to be more complex task. Obviously, it's more tokens because it's just iterating more. We have it set at 60 here. I'm going to go ahead and just set this as 70. Why am I setting it at 70? Because I asked ChatGPT what I should set it to, and it said to start out, set it up to 70. Now for tool progress mode, I actually like this to be verbose, so it like tells me more about what it's doing. Here we have compression threshold. Lower threshold is going to be that's going to compress the context sooner. Again, don't need to think too much about this. I just put 0.7. It's from 0.5 to 0.95. And I also just asked ChatGPT, and that's what it told me to do. Reset mode. So this one is interesting. How often does the context get resetted? Is it daily only? Is it never auto resets? It just lives until it gets compressed. This kind of depends on how you use the model, and you're going to like find your own preference. I actually originally set it to, I believe I set it to daily. What was it? Okay, it was inactivity and daily reset. I actually kind of wish that I never auto reset it for my Hermes, and I think that's going to be something that I'm going to change it to because then it just keeps the memory of the last session basically until it gets too big, and then it kind of auto compresses it. So depends. Do you want every new chat to be a new session, or do you just want it to, have this long ongoing context? Now, Hermes does write persistent memory, and so it writes stuff about you, and it can write stuff about itself and stuff like that too. So that kind of fills in the gap of context. But again, I'm just still learning myself. I'm going to set this as never auto reset. Okay, now it's asking us to set up our bot. Our bot is going to be how we're going to interact with Hermes, how we're going to like message it from Telegram, which is really cool and really enjoyable. You can also use their TUI. So you can, use this terminal, but then you have to be at your computer, and that's like not as fun. It's nice to be able to interact with Hermes through Telegram. So I'm going to go ahead and click yes. And it's asking for a Telegram bot token. Let's get that set up. Okay, so to set up your Telegram bot token, you can see here it says create a bot via @botfather on Telegram. What are you going to need to do? First, you need to have your own Telegram account. You need to connect it with your phone number, and then you need to go track down this guy, Botfather, and he can make bots for you. It's pretty straightforward. I'm just not showing you my Telegram because, there's a bunch of chats there, and, I don't want to expose my Hermes bot or anything of that sort. I'm trying to be very risk averse here. But you also will be prompted to basically use this user info bot to get your user ID. That way, your bot can only receive messages from your user ID. If that makes sense. Once that's ready, you're going to go ahead and copy your Telegram bot token in here. And you can set up all these other integrations as well if you want to talk to it with Discord. I'm not going to. Slack, Matrix, Mattermost, WhatsApp. You can set up webhooks as well. It's something I've yet to explore. And here it'll give you some tools for the CLI. Basically, what do you want to be able to do? I just leave all these as default and just click enter. For this, local browser is totally fine. I'm gonna click enter. And again, as I said, we'd be skipping a lot of this. FAL, I'm skipping. Microsoft Edge, text to speech, skipping, clicking enter. Firecrawl Cloud, I'm gonna click enter. Firecrawl API, that's fine. We don't need that set up. Now we're good to go. You do have to run source bash RC, and now you are set up. You have Telegram set up. You have OpenRouter set up. You have Hermes downloaded, and you're ready to go. So in order to interact with Hermes in the CLI, like we are right now in our command line, we can just run Hermes, and this will get our TUI going. You can see we have Hermes agent, and a TUI is a terminal user interface. We can interact with it with this. We can also use Telegram to interact with it, but there are a couple of things that we have to do to get Telegram working. And before I continue, I just want to make sure that I have that model right. So I'm gonna run Hermes model, and we have OpenRouter, okay. Okay, current model, OpenRouter auto. Awesome, that's perfect. Beautiful, no change. Now this part is important. This tripped me up for a couple of hours and it tripped my colleague up for a couple of hours as well. We mentioned that architecture earlier. Well, a very important part of that architecture is the gateway. If you don't have the gateway set up, you have Telegram set up like we do. We have OpenRouter set up. Hermes obviously is downloaded, but we don't have the gateway. We can't actually interact with it with Telegram yet. So we actually need to run Hermes gateway setup. And this is going to have us click Telegram. Now mine shows not configured because I didn't actually make a new bot for this time, but you know what? I actually should. Okay, so we actually have our Hermes bot configured, and it says install the gateway as a system D service, runs in background, starts on boot. I'm gonna click yes. And with which service, I'm going to do user service, and we're gonna start the service now. User service started. So that means that our gateway is rolling. And again, when you configure that bot, make sure that you put your user ID so that you're the only one that can message it. Okay, we're gonna quickly run Hermes gateway restart just to make sure that we're rolling. User service restarted. And now we are pretty much set up. So I'm gonna go ahead and send a message to my bot. Okay, so I've sent it, hello, how are you today? I can see he responded, I'm good, ready to move. I can auto slot today's tasks into your schedule, fetch CT weather. Now this is because I've already set some stuff up. This is my bot that I have rolling. But what are some of the next things that you should do now that you actually have your bot set up? Now, here's the first couple of things that I would do. I'm gonna run ls. I would change directories into the .hermes directory. And now that I'm in here, I can see that I've got a bunch of things going on in this directory. I've got a .env file that's going to have my API keys in it. I have this thing called sol.md, which is really important. And I have a memories folder. Now, the first thing that I would set up if I was getting Hermes going for myself is I would set up this sol.md. If I cat sol.md, I can see that this is my Hermes agent persona. It defines the agent's personality and its tone, and it'll embody whatever I write here. So basically, this is where you describe how you want Hermes to be with you. Now, they have some built-in like agents and personas. I didn't like them very much. So what I did is I went with ChatGPT, and I basically put together a Hermes agent persona that like how I want it to interact with me. This step alone is already going to make it way more useful than it's going to be out of the box. So I definitely recommend that you do this with the sol.md. Set up your Hermes sol. This is how he is. This is what you want him to do. This is how you want him to interact. So that's really cool. Okay, after setting up his sol.md, ls again, we can see that we have this memories folder. Let's go ahead and change to that. CD memories. And in this memories folder, you see there's really nothing yet. As you interact with Hermes, it's going to build out something called memory.md, which is the important things that it deems it should remember from you. And it's also going to build out this file user.md. There are a couple ways you can get this file built out. You can just interact with Hermes and it's going to start to learn your quirks and the things that you like and who you are and what you do and what you need it for and all of those types of things. You can also just create your own user.md and like we have been doing, use whatever LLM you've been using to build it out. Basically, what do you want Hermes for? Who are you? And it can kind of give you all the context that it has on you. That way Hermes has more context on who you are. It can interact with you in a better way. So those two files are going to be important, the sol.md and the user.md. Now after this, just a couple of more important directories that you're going to want to know about. This skills directory is pretty important. So the skills are really just all of the things that Hermes can do. You know, it can do these different things and they're kind of organized in like productivity. You're going to find your Google Drive stuff, certain social media stuff, research, you know, web scraping and things like that. and it can build out its own skills as well. So as you're interacting with it, if you have something that you're like, hey, this is a multi-step workflow that I just want it to be able to do, you can have it build out its own skill and it'll just add that in here wherever it is appropriate. That's something that's super useful about this, whole personal agent world that we're living in now. And this is something that's super cool about Hermes is that it builds out its own memory, it can build out its own skills, and it can just become more useful for you over time, if that makes sense. So to step back for a second, this is not just a chatbot. This is a autonomous system that can do cool and important things for you proactively. It learns about you over time. It builds a memory around you in itself as well. And now that you have it set up, there's a ton of different directions you can take it. Again, you could connect your calendar or give it its own calendar. You could hook in APIs, have it pull in data and manage things. You can set up these tools to have it automatically do stuff as opposed to you just telling it what to do. You can definitely run cron jobs and things that it does automatically. I have a couple of like daily reminders and I have it kind of managing my entire schedule and slotting things in where they should be slotted in. It's just kind of cool and fun. And you can set up workflows, do this research, check this, format this, notify me at X time. Once it does these things enough time, it can automatically turn that into a reusable skill. Like it kind of has this self-awareness, like, hey, I can make skills. I should make a skill out of this. And then it starts building its own little system of behaviors over time. But honestly, the best thing that you can do right now is just start playing with it. Send messages, try and get it to do stuff, break it, fix it, hook in some more services. Just do know that with these agentic things, it does have control over your file system and it also has access to the internet. So you just need to be careful with what you're giving it access to. If you give it access to your production email, there's always this risk of it getting prompt injected to do some crazy stuff and send your API keys out or anything like that. So you need to be careful with these. Definitely look into security. But this video was just setting up the Hermes agent and kind of just setting up the bot for the first time. I hope you guys have found this useful. I hope you enjoy your Hermes agents. Let me know any cool things that you're doing with them in the comments. Depending on how this video goes, I may make more videos of this sorts, connecting certain tools, building workflows, and doing automations. And I'm excited to see how my Hermes agent kind of grows with me over time. If you have any questions, drop them below as always. Appreciate you guys. Be safe, be smart, and good luck building out those cool Hermes agents. Goodbye.